chlorophyll, and our melanin has chlorophyll, so it produces that light cold messages. So once we walk and the average person, if you take their breath, we breathe 18 breaths per minute. That's 666. That's a physical, mental, and spiritual. That's what 666 is. 18 breaths per minute. You're breathing like a devil. Whenever you boxing in your breath, you get all mad, you lose. Bruce Lee said the best warrior is the calm warrior. Mike Tyson, when that dude was teaching him how to box, Desperado, whatever his name was, that's what he was teaching Mike on how to be patient, set him up, and hit him right there. But when he died, he got on the emotions, Tupac, and all these people kept coming at him, robbing Gibbons, and his mom. So he started breathing wrong. He started breathing wrong because breathing got off. So I got a book called The Metal Netter. It teaches you how to break your breath down from 18, 17, 6. And when you break your breath down, lower your breath, you raise your consciousness. It's people that breathe 0 and 1 to 2 breaths per minute. One breath. This nigga ain't took a breath. We done said 8 sentences and this dude ain't took one breath in 1 to 2 minutes. We have to breathe 18 breaths per second. So once I started breaking my breath down and breathing slow and calming down, relaxing, I ain't got to go punch no clock. I ain't got to be pressed about paying no bill because I filed bankruptcy and I've cleared out all that shit. I got 3 bills, my phone bill, board, water, and light, and I'm a veteran, so my rent is like $8. And I got a brand new apartment, 2-bedroom, brand new dishwasher, stainless steel, everything. And now I just sit back and be God, a living God, every day, all day. So I can think like a God now. I don't got to think like the devil. I don't got to think like the fighter. I ain't got to think fight or flight. I'm running, I got to pay bills, have a chopper. My kids don't live with me. For 31 years, I raised foster kids, my 7 kids, 31 years with these women. This is the first time in my life I got to be by myself with some me time. Because I went into the Army at 17. I done been out in this world going hard in the paint since then. When I fell off my bike and my place burned down, I had that bad accident, that was the God was saying, sit your black ass down. Stop moving. You're moving way too fast. You're about to I was at Texas Roadhouse. I had just got a divorce. I was over there clowning. I said, boy, you 50? What? I went to work, came home from Texas Roadhouse, my whole place burned down. I was like, number 2, God said, I don't want to get your third one, nigga. So I sat down, I slowed my breath down. I said, boy, you got way too much knowledge to be sitting up here. So I said, I slowed my breath down, and ever since then, man, I've been G.O.D.ing like a motherfucker.
Hey, man, it's funny, like, it's like a few things that you have said. It's been like questions that I've put out there into the universe. And I know when I do that, the answer's gonna come. And for confirmation, when we done with this, I want to show you before I leave. I was just talking about breathing in my last video. I think it was yesterday.
Yep.
I was just like, cause I go by the water when I do a lot of my videos.
Yep.
And so I become in tune with the living things that's around. And I was, it was a question about breathing. I was talking about breathing because I noticed it's calming me down, and I've been astral projecting and asking. And I noticed as I calm down, it's been with my
when
breath.
You start going to sleep, you start calm.
Yeah, like, and then here you come speaking of facts and different stuff. I'm like, damn, this is deep.
Anytime your heart's racing, even when we was working in the restaurant, Dad and them being there, I'm like, man, the white man pressing me about why our drive-through times is low. Dad, like, I got all my product up, all my station clean, I'm ready to go. I said, you just got here. He be clean, his station be all day. Food be so stocked up, they ain't gotta ask him for nothing. He be back there talking, chilling, talking to mugs he know. Man, it's all about the preparation. You want to stay ahead of the game.
Right.
You don't want. I ain't never like kissing nobody and following nobody.
Right.
I always had my own, but I like building with bosses that think like that. I don't want to build with no followers. I always put everybody I'm around, him, Vontae, Tone, we all you. I don't hang around no groupie niggas, man. I hang around independent thought cats. Let me tell you some of the coldest thing I ever did. I looked in the Credo Mutwal from South Africa said, look in the mirror and say, okay, I don't know who I am. I've been hoodwinked and bamboozled. I'm not Richard Clayton Brooks. I want to know who I am. I want to know who my ancestors were. I've been miseducated. Now I want to be re-educated. So what do? Self, higher self, my cells, my brain, my stomach, my mind. Teach me, because I'm going to learn from you. And once I looked in the mirror and looked my eyes and I said, boy, I got to be so honest with myself, because I have kids and grandkids now. Who else am I lie to? I ain't got to make up stories. We didn't live all this shit. We didn't live it. We don't got all these stories. I say the same ones because this is where we live. I don't go talking about I was parachuting and all up in those skiing, because I don't do none of that.
Now you got like some real adventurous stories. Like even if you just sitting there, like knowledge is adventurous.
Our living is real adventurous story. Shit just went through. I mean, just the shit and we ain't shit Lansing, but just the shit that's didn't happen in Lansing is a book. We got Jay Vincent, Magic Johnson, Forbes, Valentine. We have to produce some really great people in this town right here, man, from Lansing. And it's not us, it's us and it's our ancestors. It's we as a people. Once we stop thinking individual and think on, because from now on, see, at 12 o'clock, I always say, I'm sending love, divine love to Corey, all my friends, my family. May they have a great, safe. I do it for 2 or 3 or 4 minutes at 12 o'clock, and I do it at 6 o'clock in the evening for 2 or 3 minutes, and then I do it right before I go to bed. I always send my family and friends love.
Why at those particular times?
Just because 12 o'clock, people are either going home from work or on the lunch break, so consciousness is just wide open. People ain't focused on their jobs on the computer. 3 or 4 o'clock or 6, they getting off work, so they not on their computers at work. So at 9 o'clock, people are starting to go to bed. So I do it again. Let me tell you something I do with my grandkids. Let me tell you what I do with my grandkids. I say, I'm in Lansing and he in Dallas, and I say, RJ, I want you to call me within next week and tell me you learning another language, not the English language, but another language. And I'm going to give you 7 days, and I'm going to talk to you every day until you call me and tell me, Papa, I'm learning Spanish for Papa. So I said, all right, let me try this. Because all this stuff I've been reading, they've been giving me exercises to do, but I've been so plantationed out. So I said, so then I did it to my son. His son said the same thing. Man, my grandson called me 3 days later and said, I was watching Sesame Street and they started teaching us Spanish. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Man, once I got chills all through my body. I said, the power of the mind. So we can communicate. Right. We was communicate for cell phones and phones, so we still got the ability, but it's just atrophied because we haven't been using it.
You just confirmation. I hear that as confirmation of what I'll be telling my listeners. And it's crazy, like you said, why? And I asked you why the particular times. So, like when I was incarcerated, I had cell phones, and around the times in the city that a lot, because like where the prisons are, it's kind of like where you ain't getting too much reception because they be in the middle of nowhere. You feel what I mean? So even the people that's work there got their phones and their cars and stuff because it don't probably work that well. Yeah. So like at certain times, the phones were clear, and it's almost the times that you was talking about the sending of the messages. That's why when you was saying that, and I had to know these times, because I know because it's fruitless to bring your phone out and catch a case, and at the time it won't be, you can't use it. So I have to know, like, all right, 12 o'clock school, and it comes from the less people that's on their phones. Just tapped into the Wi-Fi. The less, or whatever communication it is, the less people, the easier it is for your frequency from the phone to get through, to ping all the towers or whatever it is. So and everything's designed from what the brain does naturally in the body. So like when you just said it, I was like, that's deep.
They got a prison in Russia. It made any prison in the United States and Mexico look like you was working in quality dairy. These boys is killers. These boys.
You talking about they kick back, relaxing, living relaxed?
No, in Russia they crazy. They killing, murdering them up. They crazy. So they having so much crime and so many killings on a daily and minute by minute basis. The Russian scientists said, "I'm going to bring in something." They said, "We're going to try it." They took the This is the prison yard. They took a little pyramid about this big, put it right there, one on that corner of prison, one on that corner, one on that corner. They put 10 people by that pyramid, 10 people by that pyramid, 10 people by that pyramid, and 10 people by this pyramid. This prison had like 100 to 200 murders a day. So they put pyramids and people, and those people said healing, love, gratitude, love, truth, just chanted for like, I think they said an hour. That day it might have been 10 crimes. The next day it was like 1. It was like, ain't no way. So they said, let us prove it. So they took the people away and they didn't do the chants. With the pyramids there, the crime still stayed down. They put the people back to chant and took the pyramids away, crime still stayed down. So they showed with a prison, if you got 40 people praying and meditating on something positive, 1 or 2 goals, you can change a whole prison. They don't even know you doing it. This is all how the airwaves work, frequencies. We don't see AM and FM, but there's a radio station going straight through this backyard, picking up on the bandwidth.
And that makes sense because they probably do know that shit. Because like
that's why they did
because
it.
You know, me as a man that did over 5,000 days, you feel me, in prison, that is I've been relocated into the 40s and the 50s because I've been through segregation. Like literally I've been to hand-to-hand combat, and I've had to stand next to brothers against other races because like a person come in new and not knowing, and they done sat at the wrong place at lunchtime. And we'll see it and like, oh, he must not know that and it's crazy because we got the smallest section in any lunch. I done been to like 20 different prisons because they send you everywhere to the craziest, rawest prisons you go to. Our section where we eat is going to be little, and then let's say for example,
blacks in general.
Yeah, say example, this a whole say this whole backyard is a cafeteria. Say this right here, this line is where you come in. When you say you go, when you come in, so you go left. The left will be the whites. So it'll be, and the whites ain't just the whites. It's the Germans, the Jews. You got the, you know what I'm saying, Spanish. You got the Irish. You got the, so it's division between them, but they all together when it comes to whiteness. That's what it's called, whiteness, because Anglo-Saxons was only the original people that was white. These other groups wasn't even considered white until they came together to come against. So they practice this in the prison though. So like people that's not like so. It'll be all them together, and then it'll be the Mexicans with them, and then it'll be the Native Americans with them too. So like when you come in, it'll be like the blacks right here. You get what I'm saying? And then the blacks ain't just the blacks. It's the Bloods right here. It's the Crips right here. Not just the Crips. It's the neighborhoods right here. It's the Hoovers, because we all don't get along. It's the, you know what I mean? It's every, like, and then so we literally, bro, it'd be nowhere to sit. You be waiting, and you been working on the chain all day, and now it's 2 brothers. Like we ain't worried about nobody moving us. We know who we are. We'll sit here all day, and so we ain't worried about you standing there because you scared to tell somebody to move around, or you got the compassionate people that'll hurry up and eat so they can let somebody sit down. And really, you'll have somebody to come in there that don't know nothing about like the thing we all finna ride together, and they'll be sitting over here like because it seats everywhere. It seats to sit down everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's clean. It's clean. Yeah, and then it's so deep. It's deeper, and I'm glad I'm able to say this. Like when I was coming up, when my mama started using drugs and shit, I ran track in school, and then I got hip to football. So my coach was white. You know what I'm saying? He took me in. You feel what I'm saying? Because my best friend was his son, which was you know what I'm saying? Which was white. And so, like, we didn't see each other we like best friends, bro. Like, grew up listening to Criss Cross, all the same shit. We didn't see each other until the pen. And he grown now. I always, you know, I look the same. Everybody say that. You know, he looked different. Like, he made himself different. He looked all the way. And I heard somebody like, Damien. You know what I'm saying? Damien, like, woo. And I'm like, what's up? He like jumped out he like, it's Michael Conrad. He like left his brothers. He a full scale Aryan with ranks. like tatted all the way up. Well, I felt fucked up hugging him because my community looking like, who the fuck? And we like, cause they want to know who the fuck he is as soon as I come back to him. Like, who the fuck? I'm like, nigga, that was one of my best friends. Like, he come into the system and they transformed him to that because he had the heart from us.
Right.
Being around us, gonna fight and whatever, but he didn't have to standing true to himself. And he ain't even racist, my nigga. He telling them he still introduced me as his brother because they had custody of a nigga for like a year. He's like, it's my brother. And then he be getting into shit because he got addicted to the meth. And I gotta bail him out because, you know, we don't got that same kind of heart. You get what I'm saying? Like, like, man, they say, man, it's your brother, man, some Aryan, you got an Aryan down there. I'm like, man, my comrade. They like, yeah, damn, I ain't supposed to be saying this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I'm like, man, that's my bro. How much he owe you, man? He a full scale. But they not bailing them out. The Aryans, because people don't know, like, when they make it like white against black, it be kind of don't even be that. It be deeper than that because some white people they be victims too. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean victims like, well, we don't, but I'm saying like if we can get the ones that's on the same, because everything got melanin, everything got like 8%.
Yeah.
Or some said 5%. We get them on, because I noticed when I see the Black Panthers and stuff, when Huey was locked up, nigga, they had banners, all white people, free Huey. I got pictures on my phone. You see, I got pictures of everywhere. Banners, black like a parade.
Yeah, they did.
Say free Huey. You know what I'm saying? Like, took up the whole street. Police sitting back mad. They not, get back. Because we couldn't do that in the 60s or whatever that time was. Yeah. We couldn't get that deep. So, so we need some people with the cause.
It'd be like that on every prison.
Yeah, bro, they doing that, and we getting out to prison.
So
and we
they be
getting
telling us, like, on the news, we think like it should be the way they programming us. The majority is all blacks and minorities. This is just that small minority of whites in the prison. They make it seem like to us.
No, we the minorities, bro.
In the prison system,
I've been to a lot of prison. I did 15.
Don't they make it seem like we the majority in the prison system?
But you know what? But you know, over the over like America's population, I think we like 25%, or it's more like or some shit's more than that. I'm talking about like I got the shit. You know, I played it for you. I'm talking about like but it's a high percentage of everybody.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Of all races in America. Yeah. So you would think, but they just show us.
Yeah.
But if you see the percentage of the world that's locked up in the United States, it's all them except you ain't gonna see. I tell you the races you ain't gonna see as a person that did 15 years. I could buy it. You ain't gonna see too many Koreans. Like literally. You know what I'm saying? You might see one Korean. You gonna see one Asian, one Korean, yeah, you ain't gonna see. That's what you gonna see.
I heard what you see. Indians. What the fuck? Like Indians
there,
be in prison
natives,
for?
They be
if they sovereign, how the fuck they get locked up?
Like as saying, so I won't be offensive of me being 25%. You know what I'm saying? Native, so I can be able to speak upon them without them thinking I'm being.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? The drinking.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? That'll make you not give a fuck about nothing.
Yeah.
And they know that.
That's the ones I know.
Yeah, so they all locked up.
That just made sense.
They all locked up for doing some shit drunk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That they can't take back.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like
you brought it right back. I know.
Yeah. Because I study people, man. Like heritage people.
We can get ours. All we got to do is go up here on Willow by the anthrax place, take that DNA test. It's only $25, and they'll show you how much Indian you got. Once you
like Hispanics, they stay together. Soon as you come through the door, they grab me here. If you're older person, hey, let me take your bag.
Yeah, they do that.
But at the same time, you got somebody else helping you that's ironing all your numbers.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because you might be somewhere where you can't ask for paperwork without somebody getting. So they so crafty. The person that's grabbing your stuff, he already looking at your DLC number and all that. He getting you in, and so the other one like to the third school. Yeah, so by the time you get to yourself, they know who you is. Like, is you cool or not? Are you straight? You ain't. They just want to make sure you ain't no rat.
My shit was a
no,
look.
Yeah,
okay.
You know, I made it out.
I see your shit is.
No, yeah, you saw
hardcore.
Yeah, I done made it out, bro. I made it out with all my teeth.
I couldn't.
But so
lock in with other Mexicans.
Yeah. So as long as you ain't no pedophile or no rapist or no rat with the essays, that's what they doing. And then if you got like a cartel there, they're gonna try to use their power to make the gangs come together. Too right? Because it's gonna be like the Sureños and the Norteños, and then it's gonna be the borders against the Chicanos. It's for the Mexicans. Everybody trip against each other. They're the ones that trip against each other. The borders against the American Mexicans and the gangs. because they need gangs. Now they want them together under one rasa to move the shit sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like so division is fucking with the money. You feel what I'm saying? Then they stay together to keep the race tight. So the Mexicans together, the whites come together because they find shit to they come together like all the Aryans. It be motherfuckers that's Irish trying to be German and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? They come up under like some shit. You feel what I'm saying? They all come to it be like I said, best friends that you know what I'm saying? Cause they really can't hang with us cause we on this, you gonna look crazy with a white dude walk in the yard and you can't be yourself in that motherfucker at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck who you is. You feel what I'm saying? You can't really be yourself in that motherfucker. So, but they make racism pop. And so you get out. I don't care if it's 2 years, you come in there 6 months, somebody gonna get you to school real quick. Like, you can't sit right there, you can't lift weights within the motherfucker, they're gonna leave the weights. You can't do so. Now you like, damn, I grew up over here with these people. So now you getting that, man, because now, if you had love for black people with all heart, now you got black people treating you like shit. You feel what I'm saying? So you like, damn. Like, you might get punched on or something just for a nigga that you want to get on with. So now you get what I'm saying? So now you got that going on. And then, like, a lot of gangs that formed the gang, because my old school black dude said, like, in the 70s and 60s, they was raping these people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the blacks, you feel, you know, keep it funky. They said the blacks was, I was like, dang, brother. Because I always be around brothers like y'all. Brothers been gone 35 years and shit, asking them why this, why that. I always got a question. Like, why everybody hate us, bro? Like, why ever, you know what I'm saying, this motherfucker? He was like, man, you know, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm talking about it took a man to tell me this shit, like, because he included himself. Like, you know, that's what they was like, nigga, they was like barbaric and raping shit. Like, not even thinking it was gay or some shit, like, was on some, like, whatever kind of energy it got in that motherfucker. And he said it took people to come from, like, the world with the real Islam and stuff, not the prison Islam and all that shit. He said the brother started changing up because they was on that guerrilla shit. Then he said our generation came in the pen. He said then speaking of my generation, you know what I'm saying, Generation X or whatever. He said that's what changed shit, like, cause you know the movies already had us up on that shit. The Ice Cube. That's how I knew to fight. I promise you. The first nigga that tried to get my phone, I remember that check yourself, wreck yourself video. I didn't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that video. You know what I'm saying? That's why I try to bring back that shit into my music. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga had to be like, oh, okay. Pow! You know what I'm saying? Like Ice Cube did on the check yourself, wreck yourself, or 50 Cent, 21 questions. Like, this is before, you know, I had to see that shit, like, before. But, like, so, they said we came in there and changed that shit. Like, man, that's gay. What y'all on? But by that time, the Indians had formed up a gang called Indian Brotherhood. And that, they main enemies is neighborhood Crips. And I come in the pen, neighborhood Crip, like, around being in powwows and shit. As a little kid and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, damn, I can't say what's up to the Indian brothers and shit, homies, like, cause they against us, cause we done got in a fight when somebody spit accidentally, and it hit a nigga arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, he couldn't even say, you know, even make say sorry, somebody niggas gonna be hungry. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that started a war that wasn't even with neighborhood. So if y'all listening to the history of this war, and the dude wasn't from neighborhood, he's from Hoover, like Ram. Me and Ram, they think we from the same hood, because we brothers. But our hoods is main enemies. We done kill our homies done kill more each other than Bloods and Crips killed each other. Me and Bros gang, and we work out partners. You know what I'm saying? We trust each other. Like, that's my brother. But they gang is the one that did it. They spit and it caught on the Indian. And Indian mistake them for the neighborhood, went and killed the neighborhood walking in the yard. Remember I told you, element of surprise, it be people that don't even be in shit. He get killed, and how the pen got it, word of mouth, you know what I'm saying? You get calls everywhere to let you know, like, hey, Texas, hey, the Indians just killed the homie. Indians just killed beware. So now you looking out your cell, because the Indians already be knowing before the niggas. The niggas somewhere gambling and doing shit. I never did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing shit. They over there putting blankets up over their cells. I always had the hands up. That's how I know I've always been connected with the higher power. Like, I always been like, what? And I look. Oh, nigga, they loading up, nigga. They loading. I got the call first. Like, and me being Muslim, we have the best of weapons already put up. We don't, like, with being black. Another thing with blacks, I like to say it's recorded because we do it out here. We don't have weapons during the funk, a lot of us. We wait till the funk, to what? Y'all niggas been doing? Hold on. Hey, you got a gun? You got a gun? The niggas in your front yard. Now you calling somebody to come get them out your front yard. You got a gun? Because we don't want to catch that case, and we really don't want to hurt nobody. You feel what I'm saying? But, like, But so we don't even be having the guns, but the whites, the Mexicans, the Indians, and the white, they all know we got guns, and what's all we do all day is knock each other out. They like, nigga, we ain't finna get hit with that shit. Niggas lifting 5 of these and come through like hitting each other. We gonna kill your ass. And they be having knives made out of lawnmower blades and shit of that nature. With the police on their team, when they come with the Confederate flags, I done seen people where the police unlock their door, like and leave out. I'm looking like, damn. That's why I sleep light. Somebody can't even look at me, and I wake up. You can't even literally. If you look at me, I will wake up from a dead ass sleep. They like, yeah, you do that 9. The homies, they come to mind, look at me. I be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll be sleeping with a knife, which is gonna give me more time than I'm in here, and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, just praying every night, doing chants to come. Like, don't let me get caught with this knife. Don't let me get caught with this knife, please. All right, don't let me get caught with this knife. Don't let me, you know what I'm saying? I'm really praying for the police out of care, not my life, because you can't do that. You know, a coward, you know what I'm saying? You can't be fearful, or you will go, that shit gonna happen to you. Just let me make it home for different reasons, but don't let them, because when you got the police against you, it's ill. We in Oklahoma and Arkansas. I'm going home, they send me to Arkansas. Send me way out. You feel what I'm saying? On my way home to where it ain't even no fence around this motherfucker, cause it's bears and shit in the woods and shit. Like go ahead and run if you want to. Like we can see them like wicked. If we on the yard there say like for us to come in, cause the bears done hit the yard. Like how these deers be doing. Cause they done built the prison and they property, and the people that lives around the neighbor that own the land, they don't want no gate around there for their kids to go up seeing that shit. So they improve of that shit. It's way, nigga, I got prison way, because Oklahoma got national park. You know, it's our territory. People don't even know that shit.
Yeah.
We got national where salamanders. We in our cell got exotic pets and snakes and shit. Cause I know how to grab snakes and shit from being somewhere where they finna get a nigga. If I don't know how to get on top of the head, like in my cell and shit, bro. But
they be in your cell.
Yeah. Like shit, the brother just showed me that they did his stuff, and the brothers that's on here can come, because I had the brother like, man, we was going live when it's like they just for me, like being who I am, you know what I'm saying, like, and nigga, they wait till I got to the showers. That's the only time you can move through bing holes and stuff. They wait till I went to the showers, chained up, and moved all my property and stuff to a cell that's close to the outside. That's on the outside wall to outside in the street outside, and it's filled. I didn't even know about that. I had to look these motherfuckers up. Field mice, rats. They like the New York rats. They eat through, and the motherfuckers lived in my cell. Like you can't eat, like, so nigga, so I made concrete. I took tissue, a lot of tissue, rolls of tissue in my sink with water, and a gang of toothpaste, like toothpaste, and just made that shit you know, just thinking like what the fuck to do. Made that shit, you know what I'm saying, to where like this, you know what I'm saying, to fill it up, nigga. It'll take days for them to eat through it, but to eat through that motherfucker, like you know what I'm saying, cause they smell like meat eaters, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had
them
like,
bitches is coming for
like I tell bro, I used to have to hop on and pee like this and take out, you know what I'm saying, dumps like that. Like I had a dookie like this, like, you know what I'm saying, cause I couldn't put my feet on and there's no light. You know, niggas just like off sunlight, reading books for sunlight, and when the lights go all the way out, I used to be laying like at the crack of, you know, the little door that you can see like hospitals or whatever, like a little light. I used to be reading books like that, like they'll come through like, Josh, you still up? It'd be pitch black, just a speck of light I could read, like, so I won't be thinking about like niggas hanging themselves and shit, like, you know what I'm saying, like pulling them out, like I'm down there for like a year, no sunlight type shit, but I'm reading like my dad sending me all kind of books and shit, like just read. You know what I'm saying? Take your mind off these walls. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'd have killed everybody. When I first got out, I would just kill everybody.
But yeah, that's the session tonight. Peace with the hair grease.